Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today we get to take a look at the 2025 BMW Alpina XB7. This model's finished off in black sapphire metallic. MSRP is just over $157,000. Really the only option that we have is the captain's chairs for the second row. Everything else is included for this model. So let's start off with what this is powered by, which is the 4.4 liter twin turbo V8. This is also paired to the 8-speed automatic. It pumps out 631 horsepower, 590 pound-feet of torque. That power is sent through the xDrive all-wheel drive system, where this also features all-wheel steering too. It weighs almost 6,000 pounds, but it'll do 0 to 60 in under 4 seconds, which is very impressive to see. Now for this Alpina model, there's brushed accents for the entire kidney grille surround. It's on the vertical slats. There's also active grille shutters. There's a forward-facing camera with all of the parking sensors, along with the sensor for the distance pacing. Alpina is also in a brushed accent in that lower section there. There's LEDs for all of the lighting, which has that split housing to it, and then very nice angular lines and large inlets in the lower section there too, with very subtle lines that come down the hood. Now this model is also equipped with 23-inch wheels with a massive Alpina blue brake caliper. There's also the power folding side mirrors, which have the camera and the turn signal, full moonroof up top with gloss black for the roof racks. It's on the window trim too. This model is also equipped with the adaptive suspension, so you can raise and lower it as needed, and there's some great crisp lines that run down the side. Now there's also the body colored spoiler with the third brake light, the wiper blade, there's LEDs for all of the lighting, backup camera, and then all of the sensors and that quad tip dual exhaust are in the lower section. Now, if you option this with the factory hitch, you can tow right around 7,500 pounds. This also has remote start, and you can use the key fob or that control to open up the lift gate. Now with the X7, you have the split design, where on the right side, this is how you can actually lower the entire rear suspension for this model. So if you need to load in some items, you can make this much lower if needed. Now with the X7, you have a 3-row, so with the third row up, not much space, but it is still practical to put in some items. You get a little bit of storage underneath the floor, mainly for that cover, so you can hide that away. And then all the seats are automatic. So we have max people, max storage, and then the individual controls in order to put these up and down. So I'm just going to do one at the moment, where you can just push on that button and it will automatically go down. So you don't have to hold that button. And then same for going up, and then you have the other two, which you can control too. So pretty quick to do all of this. Now the second row will not fold all the way flat, but they will move forwards to get out of the way. And then you can just use one button up top to close both of those. Now as we work our way to the back, we have the Turdufo leather interior. There's also the black leather, ambient lighting, Bowers & Wilkins, and then all the sunshades, which you can control from both driver or both backseat doors. So you have all of those adjustments as needed. And then this is the easiest way to get into the third row. You might be able to squeeze through both seats, but they are pretty wide. So you can do this operation where you also have more adjustments for this third row. Now at 5'10", it's really not all that bad in the back. You have an armrest, cup holder, ambient lighting, Alcantara for the headliner, and then not only do you get a sunshade, you get heated seats and your own climate adjustments, which makes it very nice. I also have about a ½ inch or so of headroom. Even with a hat on, I could fit comfortably in the back. And then the seats will move back into the position they were. While it does that, we have an area where you can attach and charge tablets. There's also a storage pocket in the lower section. You get your vents, heated seat adjustments, all of your climates, just like you saw in the third row, extra storage, auxiliaries, and cup holders. There's even adjustable armrests too, and then a really nice place to be. So you have a lot of space and you have those adjustments on the side to get a little bit more comfortable. Up front, you have a few adjustments for the rear actually. You can use this control here. With the adjustments on the side, you can adjust the front passenger seat, and then you can also adjust the rear seats too. You get massaging functions, memory seating, all of the window controls, and more storage down below. And then once we hop inside, we have this leather steering wheel with green and blue stitching. There's paddles, buttons behind it, so no paddle shifters, but you can still shift. You have volume, tuning, Bluetooth voice commands, and then you have all of this information that you can scroll through as needed. So you have quite a lot of content that you can look at. You can also go into the layout, so you can further adjust that. And then the last one is for the head-up display. So you can go into a few different settings depending on what you'd like to see. Now there's your cruise and distance pacing, all of the brushed accents, which is nice. You get storage, headlight adjustments, and then with the infotainment system, you have all these shortcuts down below. You can get into Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, drive recorder. There's quite a lot that you can look at. You have your home screen where you can further go through this. There's also the climates, so you can get into all of that. You have navigation, music, and then heated and ventilated seats, heated steering wheel, and your temperature adjustments. There's more wood trim underneath that. You have 2 air vents, power and volume and tuning. There's the XB7 badge on the top of that lid where you have wireless charging, heated and cooled cup holders too. You get some crystal accents for this. So you have these shortcuts down below with the crystal rotary dial that you can use as needed. There's also more crystal on the shifter, where if we put this into reverse, you have several different angles depending on what you need to see around this vehicle. You can also shift using the shifter here. And then on this left side, you have traction control, parking sensors, and then 2 driving modes. There's sport and comfort. There's also a hill descent control, auto hold, and the e-brake. And you have the suspension there that you can raise and lower. You have plenty of storage in the armrest as well as in the glove box, and then you have the ambient XB7 logo. There's garage door buttons up top, your dome lights, and adjustments for the sunshade and sunroof. And then here's the look at visibility. It's a pretty big vehicle. You don't really have that many blind spots. It is pretty easy to drive once you're out on the road. We still have it in sport mode, 2nd gear. Here we go. And of course, it has a lot more power than what I'm doing today, but it definitely sounds good too. It's not too loud, which is what you would want in a vehicle like this, but this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for the 25 Alpina XB7. It really doesn't have much of a difference between a normal X7 or even an X5 in general, aside from the badging. We have XB7, the different interior stitching, which is nice. Most of the other materials are what you are going to see. So there are a lot of shared components with this. We don't have too many changes, I will say, compared to a normal X7, aside from some of the cosmetics. And of course, we do have a lot more power with this engine here. So if you're just looking for an X7 that just has that exclusivity to it, this is the option to go with. And as I've already covered, it's very comfortable to drive. It's just a well-refined 3-row SUV. So if you're hauling people a lot, it's a great option to go with. I will say, I've never seen an Alpina without the captain's chairs. It's an option on the window sticker, so I'd be interested to see what a bench-style seat would do, but I feel like a lot of people at this price point are interested in the captain's chairs for a little bit more comfort. The only downside is they don't fold flat. So if you're looking for a vehicle like this and you're looking to haul a lot of items, you may want to go with the bench if that is even an option. I would assume so, since these are optional, but that's just a little different, just depending on how you want to use this SUV. Definitely very practical for its size and what you can do. But that is going to wrap it up for the Alpina XB7. Once again, a huge shout out to Hendrick BMW Northlake for providing this for me today. Take a look at their website, give this video a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.